Hey viewers, recognize the background? I'm at Grandma's house. This is where I used to live. Today is the 5th of April, it's Saturday, and I spent last night with one of my friends. I went to hang out with my friend and then left early this morning to get to work. I wanted to go early so I could go to the post office first and ship that necklace because I didn't get to ship it yesterday. I kept staying up too late and then sleeping in too long and not having time and then almost being late to work, so I couldn't do it. So I shipped that necklace today, and then I wanted to go to the library to get the book that my friend and I decided we were going to read together, and I got to the library at like 9:15, and wouldn't you know, the library opens at 9 o'clock every day except Saturday, and they're closed on Sunday. But Saturday they don't open till 10, which is when I have to be at work. And granted, I work like right across the street from the library, but I can't just leave work in the middle of the day, and the library closes the same time we close. So, couldn't go to the library, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to get the book to start reading it. But my friend's really busy with school too, so hopefully I'll have a couple of days to get a copy of the book before we start reading it. I don't think I mentioned in the previous video, we're going to be reading Fahrenheit 451 together, so if any of you have read it or are currently reading it, you can talk to me about it as well and supplement our discussions. And yeah, so then I went to work, had a super crazy busy day at work, and I just fast forward past all of that because I don't even want to talk about that. Decided to come to my grandma's house to do my laundry. I don't have a washer and dryer at my house, so I come either to my grandmother's house or one of my friends that I hang out with and watch Sherlock with has a washer and dryer that I use. So tonight I decided I haven't seen Grandma in a while, so I came over here. I thought she would be lonely. I showed up and everyone's here. There's all my cousins are out because it's a nice day, so my little cousins, my second cousins, are bouncing on the trampoline, and my cousins' friends are all over, and there was a lot of people, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know everyone and their cousin was going to be here, and then I was like, wait, these are my cousins, so everyone and all of my cousins are here. Silly. Hung out with Grandma, hung out with my little second cousin, Devin, who is adorable, and I haven't seen him in a while. Love hanging out with him, so I especially like doing yoga with him because he can't walk as well. His leg muscles, when he was born a little premature, and his leg muscles are not as well developed, so he walks with the help of a gait trainer, he sort of walks around in it, so he doesn't walk totally on his own yet, but that kid is sharp as a tack. Oh my god, I love just interacting with him because he's so smart, and was showing me, look, Cara, I can sit up now, and I can do this, and he's like, look, I can do this. It was adorable, so we were, doing yoga. I love doing yoga with him, and I show him different ways that he can, okay, now put your hands here, and change the pose a little bit, and it's just cute. So I was hanging out with him, and then my cousin came over, and she was like, are you aware that Grandma's washing your clothes in the sink? And sure enough, I'm like, Grandma, I told you I would do it. Because my cousin was doing her laundry, so I couldn't do mine yet, so Grandma had started washing my socks in the sink. And I was like, really? That's my grandma, you guys. She's awesome. So my laundry's in the dryer right now, and I just answered some questions online and on my Facebook page, and I was asking people a little more what more do you want to see on my Facebook page? What should I be doing to make my Facebook page more interesting for people? And Jerry suggested that I might just have to post more often, so I don't know, I'll try that now that I'm not as busy, but I'll also maybe try scheduling posts so that there's always something being posted. But yeah, I generally just post when I have something to say or when I come across something, so it's more like a real-time thing. But there's that, and then I answered some questions, and one of my fairly newer viewers, I suppose, his name is Steven, sent me a message on Facebook asking me a really great question that I just cannot even spend enough time speaking to. Kind of this entire channel speaks to it. He said that he's new to the Wiccan path or the pagan path and wanted to know what sorts of things he may endure on this path and what kinds of changes he can expect in him and in his perspectives. I was just like, whoa, that is such a good question and such a huge question because, even as I did a video a couple months ago when I was still living with my brother, I remember doing a video updating you guys. I think the update was just called Life's Good or something like that. And I was just saying how I've noticed now that in retrospect, I can see in hindsight how much I've changed over these years in working in my path and how much my perspectives have changed and how I react differently to situations. Instead of panicking where I used to panic, I'm now a lot more calm and confident. And where I used to be quick to anger about certain things, I still get really impassioned about things, which I will never apologize for, but I definitely approach them a different way now. And there's just so many things about my life and my perspectives on different things in life that have changed because of my path and because of the things that I put myself through as part of the path and because of the things that I am put through in life because of the path that I'm following. So I talked about some of those good things, and I also talked about things that you may endure, like things that I always just say, you know, you're going to come across negative people. That's just going to happen. Being part of a minority faith, being part of, you know, having views that people are so strongly passionate about, people that disagree with you, some people might not disagree as respectfully as a lot of us try to. So you're just going to have to deal with stuff like that. And there are things that you'll deal with yourself. Like there are times that I have been angry at myself for the way that I do things, or, you know, I profess to believe this and yet for some reason I can't get myself to, you know, follow through with this, that, and the other thing or whatever. It's just all a long learning process. So I'm curious for you guys, either on my Facebook page or, well, I didn't make a post on Facebook, so I guess I could do that, and then you can post there about it, or in the comments here. What kinds of things changed in your perspectives when you started on your path, even if you're not pagan, because I know not everyone who watches my channel is pagan, but what kinds of things developed out of the path that you choose to follow? And I do think there's a difference between choosing to consciously follow a path and work on it and just kind of being on whatever I mean, everyone's on a path, but how active we are on it and how consciously we move along it, I think varies. So that's just what's going on in my mind right now, and I'm working on a couple of my challenges. I've alluded to in the past that I have challenges for this year, which I will tell you all about at the end of this year when they're done. You'll get more details about that and what they were and how it works. And but for this, throughout the year as I'm doing it, I'm trying to really keep it to myself because it's very much a personal journey sort of thing. But I have personal challenges that I'm working on, and I am working actively on one of them that is ongoing throughout the whole year. But two of them I'm actively working on right now, really strongly. And I made a lot of pretty good progress on these two, I think. So I'm looking forward to the others that will come later in the year as well. And there's just a lot going on this year. And this month, next month, I have some fun things going on as well. My beach cleanup with my church. My church is doing some other events. Some of my friends are graduating from undergrad next month, and almost all of my friends have graduated from college now, so I'm not going to know as many people there anymore, and it's just kind of weird. I went there a couple weeks ago to visit, and I ran into some of my freshmen that I had been a teaching assistant for or a writing assistant for, and I was talking to them, and I'm like, hey, how's life? What's going on? And they're like, oh yeah, you know, my senior sem's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, you're a senior? Oh my gosh, you were one of my little freshman babies. Like, you know, I taught you when you were a freshman, fresh out of high school. Oh my gosh, it's like things that make you feel old. But yeah, so anyway, this video is getting long, but there you go. There are several other topics that I want to touch on. I'll start making a list because maybe I can cover those in some of these vlogs on days when I don't have much to say about the day. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.